Tonight on NXT, we have the sweetest episode of the NXT After Show ever. So stay tuned. We're going to run down all of the action from tonight. We'll see you in a sec.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to AFTERBUZZ TV's NXT After Show for May 18th, 2016. We've got a full panel. We've got an amazing panel. For those of you who don't know what you're in for, it's going to be some fun. I am one of your hosts, the Internet's Mark B. Donica. You can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica, joined as always by Mr. Bill Hanstock.
Hey, everybody. You can find me on Twitter at Sundown Motel.
Mr. The One, the True Hobo.
The, founding member and president of the Boxcar Club on
That's
Twitter
you,
at True Hobo. Yeah, that guy.
And we have your other half.
Yep.
The match to your pair, Mr. Jervis Cottonbelly is joining us in studio.
Greetings, chaps. You can find me on Twitter at Gentleman Jervis.
Thank you for joining us, Jervis. We've been ever since you guys won the titles. Amazing match, by the way. Watched it on your Periscope, which we thoroughly appreciated. It's wonderful to have you in to talk about some NXT action. Haven't had you on the show in a while. Welcome, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, and what a rousing episode of NXT we just watched.
Definitely got our blood pumping, so to speak.
Pretty hot leading into NXT over.
Roar!
Ooh,
Sorry now.
Hobo, what are you teaching him?
I'm teaching him how to be tough. I don't necessarily want to get rid of the sweetness, but life can be hard, man, and I'm trying to bring him up to a toughness level. When the world gets hard on you, you gotta be hard right back. That's what I'm showing him.
Jervis, did you get lightheaded at any point in the episode?
Oh, yes, quite a few times, actually. When Nia Jax walked through the curtain, I almost fainted.
Yeah, she's an
Touching
imposing figure.
Yes, indeed. But yes, Hobo here has been teaching me how to be a bit more fierce, so if I have, outbursts or gurs and snarls and hisses and such, I want you to keep me in check.
That's fine.
We noticed that you've also given the Hobo a little bit of razzmatazz.
You know,
A little razzmatazz and a little spiffy-wiffy, too.
Titles come with a little extra pocket change, so I decided to get the best thing at the thrift store I could find, and this was right up my alley. And look at the elbow patches. It's pretty boss. I mean, it's used. This is got to be at least 30 to 40 years old. But hey, it's in great condition. It's a classic.
Anyone wearing elbow patches must be educated.
That's right. Is that how it works?
Well-respected gentlemen.
We get an
Those with
honorary
elbow
degree.
patches. So let's get right into the show because we have a lot to talk about. Our first match of the night was Blake and Murphy versus Austin Aries and his mystery opponent, who we found out to be Shinsky Nakamura. Did you expect to see the two newest Titans in NXT team up so early?
I didn't expect to see it, but you know what? If you're going to call a mystery opponent, Shinsky Nakamura is a good person to call.
Or a mystery partner. Mystery opponent to them, but
You know
partner
what?
to Aries.
Yeah, it's just been a rough week.
What year
That's
is
all
it?
right.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I skipped Dead Deaf Tuesday this week.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I part of my routine is I eat, doves Tuesday.
Some people have Taco Tuesday.
Dietary.
I like Taco Tuesday. I don't have a mouth, so I can't eat, but I do quite enjoy the
You
festivities.
just smell them, the tacos?
Yes.
He's well sustained for not having a mouth. You gotta really hand it to him. That's not a mask, that's his face.
Well, that's half of taste is smell. So that's fine. That gets the job done. Very, very little offense from Blake and Murphy. Murphy didn't even get into the match. He just interfered once and got hit a bunch. Kinshasa for the win. Any highlights from Aries and Nakamura in this match?
Yeah, I quite liked how Austin Aries opened the match with a flying dropkick. Though I wouldn't use that tactic because it was a bit underhanded, just a tad. But I thought it was very impactful, and I think it set the stage for the match.
Sometimes you can't wait for your opponent to be ready. Once that bell rings, that's it. You're on.
Boom!
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with guys who've held the NXT tag titles before and are absolutely the top tier of being sneaky and underhanded.
Well, you think that they might have been a bit more prepared for such a tag team attack, but I suppose maybe there's some dissension growing among the ranks of Blake and Murphy in Alexa Bliss.
You might have something there.
Because after the match, Alexa totally bailed, giving him the cold shoulder. But as you mentioned, Jervis, Nakamura and Austin were like they were a working tag team for weeks.
Oh, yes, like a well-oiled machine. I was not surprised to see that, though, because they're both such well-traveled and well-trained grapplers that they really know what they're doing in there.
Yeah, once you've been around the band a time or two, you get the feeling and you can be able to communicate your intentions mentioned your partner, and they seem to be communicating pretty well in there. I mean, whatever language barrier was definitely broken down by the barrier of warriors.
Well,
I mean, these guys.
They both
Friendship.
speak the international language of flamboyance.
Yes. Yes, they do.
You'll note that Austin Aries' butt was at full sparkle.
Was.
At full sail.
Say
Sparkle butt.
Semi-sparkle.
You didn't notice the sparkles, Jervy?
Oh, I did, but they called me. I almost
I'm sorry.
fainted.
Gets a little
Sparkle
warm.
derriere.
Yes, his sparkly derriere was quite rousing.
And you can get that shirt on NXT.Sports. No, I'm totally kidding. In the back, Kathy Kelly with Bailey. She talks about how Nia likes to use her size to intimidate her opponents, but Bailey is not afraid. The same thing that happened in London is going to happen again tonight, and then she can get back to the NXT Women's title picture. Strong words from Bailey going into the match. She does have a W over Nia Jax at this point.
You've got to be confident. I mean, it's one of those things of if you're walking in against an opponent who does use an intimidation tactic, if you feed into that intimidation, it's going to work and you're going to win.
Yes, and you know what I like most about that interview from Bailey? Is that she didn't lose her smile, and she kept a calm and pleasant demeanor. And I think that when you don't sell yourself short, and like you said, when you don't let intimidation affect you, and you can keep that calm, cool demeanor, I think it will work in Bailey's advantage.
I can agree with you, because she's one of the few people that thanked her interviewer at the end of the interview.
That's very true.
Very positive.
How polite and sweet. You know, Bailey, if you're watching, I think you're the greatest.
I'm sure she'll be happy.
I'm fantasy booking a Bailey versus Jervy hug-a-thon right now.
Oh! I was going to say, I wouldn't want to compete with her, but I would certainly give her a hug, and
Yeah.
perhaps if the Friendship Express ever needs some backup. we could-
Absolutely. Let's book a trios.
Yes.
It'll be us and Bailey against anybody.
The Queen of Hug Life and the Friendship Express. I think that's a match made in heaven.
That sounds awesome.
Let's stay tuned to the Dusty Classic this year. See what might happen.
The Trios Classic.
The Trios Classic. They're a fan of. They're a fan of classics these days, so I think Trios would not be too far behind. We got a really cool music video-esque package about Asuka with that awesome Hailstorm song from...
Speaking of, what year is it? A music video? Whoa, wow.
I say, it's just like 1992. Boogie Woogie.
Boogie woogie on down.
I was going to compare it to, and excuse my language here, the ECW Balls to the Wall video. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Imagine beach balls. Beach balls.
Yes, beach balls. Hit
Billiard balls. Croquet balls.
Yes, croquet. Sport of your native land.
Talk him off the ledge.
The music video is very welcome, and it's rare to see. It's so rare to see a music video on WWE television. Usually, I have to watch them on YouTube, made by guys with names like Funky Monkey and Her 69 Eyes. And
Right. I mean, I would sort of expect to see it more on WWE Network than on, say, MTV. Like, this is, I almost expect it every episode.
I thought it was a refreshing palate cleanser.
Yeah, like a sorbet.
Are you a fan of the metal, Jarvis?
Oh, yes, I like the metal. I'm especially a fan of Ultramantis Black.
Oh,
Yep.
And
Great band.
what is Brody King's band called? God Hate.
God hates. God's hate, yes.
And I also like Pissed Jeans.
I think you mean Tinkle to Jeans.
Oh, was that the word? Was that what I was doing?
Well, no,
It's okay.
it was a
it's
proper
the
name. It was a proper name.
Right.
Yeah, like if you met a gentleman named Piss Smith,
Yes.
you wouldn't call him Wee Wee
you-
I
Smith.
knew a piss Smith.
Well, I wouldn't call.
You would call him Mr. Smith.
Yeah. Or old pisser. He's a real guy. Well, yeah, he did come off the rails.
Anyway, we were talking about Alexa.
Sad he was clean for like 10 years
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Piss. Oh,
Or Piss Smith.
Oh, Mr. Smith, will you ever learn?
Said.
In the back, we've got Kathy Kelly with No Way Jose, who's just smiling from ear to ear. He's got a pretty good smile, so he likes to show it off. It's just Jose being Jose, you know?
Another baseball reference.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
He's here to have fun. He's here to have a fiesta, but he's also here to fight. So then
Which he
keeps,
demonstrates by dancing.
yeah, well, he's the master of dance fighting.
Right.
Capoeira, right? Is that
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Capoeira.
Only the
I
Strong.
don't
He's very influenced by the film Only the Strong.
You
I
guys,
don't know.
Great
I
film.
thought Capoeira was Brazil, not Puerto Rico.
I mean, it
Dominican
travels.
Dominican Republic, dude.
Excuse me.
You're
Sorry,
getting
I'm
confused
confused
with the Shining Stars. yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So what do we think of No Way Jose? Where's he going to go? Are we going to see him next week?
I mean, as long as he keeps making Kathy do dorky laughs on television,
Nothing will stop making Kathy Kelly do dorky laughs.
That's a shoot dorky laugh right
Yeah,
there.
that was amazing.
That was real, Bill.
I gave out quite a giggle as well. I like No Way Jose. He's very charming.
Yeah, he is. He's got
You
personality
use
to spare.
You use dancing in your offensive maneuvers.
Yes, I
Are you
do.
picking up something from him?
Well, I think I am actually, because he shows that you don't have to stop dancing when you're backstage or when you're on your way to the ring. You can dance the whole time if you like. So,
He could dance if he wants to.
yes, he can dance if he wants to.
He could leave his friends behind if he
No, you shouldn't leave your friends
You can bring
behind.
them with you. Bring your friends with you.
better plan.
Yeah.
But what
much better
happens if
plan.
you don't dance?
Then they would be no friends of mine.
Oh,
Right.
I would
if your
say.
friends don't dance, then they're no friends of yours.
Yeah.
But if they dance, then
I think
they're
that's
friends.
That's a nice rule of thumb.
Right.
It's a good way to carry your life. Do you think this is a sequel to Mojo Rawley's hype promo that we like going back to, where he kicked the door open, and walked out? Because he just kind of danced off. I figure he's just going to dance his way to the ring
Yes.
next
He's
week.
dancing all the way home.
That is what he's going to do.
So is that the dancing mania where you have a fever?
Yeah.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah,
It's
the
the
dancing
boogie
fever.
fever.
Yeah, no, the dancing fever. I have heard
It's
of that.
very deadly. It hit my village actually once 300 years ago.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
There's a really good
rough.
episode about this. There's a really good episode of the Sawbones podcast where they covered the history of the dancing fever. You should check it out.
All right.
Plug.
I wonder if that's what Jose has.
Probably.
Well, he's
He
managing
doesn't have
it
he doesn't
well.
have rock and roll pneumonia or the boogie woogie flu, so he probably has dancing
Okay.
fever.
It's always got to be one, doesn't it? So there's always one.
Terrible.
We get a
Maybe he's got a bad case of loving you.
Maybe. Yeah.
as long as he. But I heard a symptom of that is having an achy breaky heart. We
Oh,
get
yeah. Weakness. No, not you, Jerv. Not you. You're all right.
Oh, it's these bad song puns are going to make me faint.
in honor of Kathy Kelly,
Puns, too.
in honor of Kathy Kelly.
Realized.
Carmella in the back gives a message. I mean, everybody's been asking her why she didn't go up with Enzo and Cass on the main roster, so she wanted to address it. She's what?
No, go on. Sorry.
Okay,
That's
did
fine.
you
Yeah.
burp there?
Just a.
Little indigestion.
Okay.
You need some
What's-
antacid.
Yeah.
What song-related illness do you have? Gives a get
I've
well
got,
message.
I've got Crazy Town.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
Gives Enzo a get well message. Says that Cass is killing it, but the reason she's still in NXT is so that she can become women's champion. Strong message as we see her fighting Carmella. She doesn't fight herself. She fights Peyton Royce. Who we've
like
not seen on
the
TV in a
NXT
while.
game, the palette swap. You got Carmella versus Carmella.
Different outfit in there, like Mortal Kombat.
Of course, you got
Melina
like,
versus
the color
Katana.
difference.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Please.
What does killing it mean?
It means doing a very, very good job.
Oh, that sounds contradictory.
Well, you should say hugging it. I'm hugging it.
So, can I try it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a shot.
So last night, Hobo was at the comedy club and he really hugged it.
That's right.
Like that?
Yeah.
I
go
say,
to
you know,
comedy
when we
clubs.
won these tag team championships, we were really hugging it.
We hugged it like hard. We couldn't have hugged it any harder.
Your street cred is going through the roof, Jervis.
Yeah, smooth sailing razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz.
Well, now I have a new bit of slang, so I'm not going to say killing it because that sounds violent, but I'll say hugging it.
It's a little aggressive.
A little,
Yeah.
just a bit.
Hugging it.
We're all about positivity here, so really.
I'm even wearing my Power of Positivity socks today.
Oh,
Good.
may I see?
Yeah, look at them.
Put them
Shout
on the
out to
table.
our audio listeners, real quick.
Bring it up. Yeah. DDP yoga.
No,
There
they
you
suck.
go.
There's no way they're in this shot.
They're not. Well, I like
You
them.
gotta give it from our shot.
No, that's all right.
That's fine.
How about that? Me telling you to
derailed
put
us
your
enough.
feet on the table.
Well, I know. See,
Nice.
see, I'm really rubbing off, but yeah.
Oh, I see.
So insistent.
For better or for
Scamp
worse.
you.
Oh yeah, I'm a tramp and a scamp.
We're all cotton-headed ninny muggins.
Oh, don't say that!
Oh, sorry.
Easy,
That's
Bill.
offensive to cotton bellies. I realize.
You just took it from 0 to 10.
Only you can say that word.
You can't, right? You can't
Yeah,
say that.
sorry.
Bill, this is a family
I'm
show.
sorry.
You
I'm
have
so
not
sorry.
gone through
I've
what
just been fired from
Cottonbellies have
AfterBuzz
gone
TV. They're
through.
telling me in the cans.
That's our word.
Right.
The views expressed here, those are the hosts only, and not represent the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals. So this match, Peyton Royce and Carmella. How did everybody enjoy it? We haven't seen Peyton Royce in a hot minute.
She said, okay. Yeah, it went okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Her
Well, I mean,
legs
it
are
was-
long.
She's got long legs. She's kind of doing like a poison ivy thing-ish. She got
Like
a flower. She had a flower.
She did have a flower, and I like that very much.
Yeah.
But I like Carmella's demeanor when she walks to the ring and her swagger. Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah.
Swagger. Yeah, I thought she had a lot of it.
She's got self-confidence in spades. Just a ton of it, like a metric ton. You could bottle it and sell it, and we'd all be better off. But unfortunately, you can't. So we're just going to have to sponge off of her what she sort of throws off while she's in the ring.
Pick up what she's putting down.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crowd's still really, really happy with her, despite any sort of... Do you think she's taken a hit ever since Enzo and Cass went up?
I mean, only in the sense that she doesn't get to stand next to them while the crowd goes crazy for their catchphrases.
Yeah.
But she still gets
She
to
always
do...
did well by herself.
She still gets to do her catchphrase, and they certainly like her more than they like Peyton Royce or Billy Kay or...
But it's also the idea of why didn't she get called up? And automatically the brain goes, oh, well, she must not be good enough. So I think that
I think
subconscious hit has kind of affected the audience a little bit.
Yeah, well, like Enzo and Cass were around for so many years before Carmella even showed up. So I think it's just more, and you know, she's pushing this, and the announcers are pushing this. She still has more to prove. She has more left to prove in an
If I may,
Sir.
what I appreciate is knowing why she didn't go, and just getting that explanation, I think, was enough for us. Because she said, I want to win the NXT Divas Championship. Is that what they-
Women's champion.
Oh!
Women.
That's all right.
They changed that one too, didn't they?
They actually
it's always
never
been women.
changed it. It was never divas. It was always women.
Oh, you're
now
right.
on the main
So,
roster.
I'm sorry for my faux pas.
It's all right. You're quite
But
old.
I thought it, well, yes. But I thought it was nice that she gave an explanation and said why she wasn't standing by Big Cass. And I think for now I'm quite satisfied with her going for that NXT Women's Championship.
There you go.
Seems we're doing okay. She's racking up those wins slowly but surely.
And I like that submission maneuver she
Oh, that's great. Great.
I'll tell you. I'll show you that one later. It's real title. Make your eyes pop out of your head.
It'll make your monocle fall off.
That's right.
Gotta keep it clean.
No, but I really like that her finisher, that choke. I like that it has, you know, it you can hang in there until she grabs the foot, and
Right.
then it's just
Well, it's
The move tells a story.
yeah.
once
cutting
she
off.
locks it in, all bets are off.
It's
Right.
the it's our generation's version of Kurt Angle doing the grapevine.
Yeah. Once you bring it down to grapevine, it's over.
It's done.
Over, kid.
It's done. There's no way.
I
know,
haven't seen anybody get out of Cabela's though.
I've adopted that actually, the grapevine.
Yeah.
Yes, I've only had to use an ankle lock 3 times, but in those 3 instances, I grapevined and stirred and stirred.
Yeah.
The big dog's coming out.
Sorry.
It's not ready
It's all right.
I had
No,
a bit
that's
of a-
fine.
Ride the wave, man. You can't fight the feeling.
Sometimes it just comes out of nowhere, this fierceness.
Yeah. You gotta control it. So that's the key.
Now you know how Beyonce feels.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you
I'll go.
enjoy Lemonade, Jervis?
Oh, well, I didn't watch it. I was afraid that...
No, I mean a nice, cool, tall glass of lemonade.
No, the real thing.
Yes, indeed. I actually like...
Not the joke thing.
I like pink lemonade the best.
Do you?
It's got a little bit of extra sweetness.
Just a tad.
You ever been to the Red Robin and get the strawberry lemonade with the real strawberries in it?
Oh, yes, I have, and I love that very much, too. But it's a bit carbonated, but it's just delicious.
Who wants to buy from me?
I will.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, friendship.
Friendship.
Friendship Express.
Food and friendship.
Coming into the
And
station.
lemonade. Razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz.
Boogie
I think that's the razzmatazz is a different drink.
I'm
on
gonna
that
start
menu.
doing the Razzmatazz-plex. Yeah.
I like that.
Was that
The Tazplex?
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Do a
Taz.
little hip jiving head.
Little wiggle, waggle, wiggle. Smash.
Yes.
I just want to get through the show so we can keep talking
It is
about you guys.
Waggle Wednesday, isn't it?
It is Waggle Wednesday.
Yeah.
Everyone do a bit of a waggle now.
Little waggle.
Join us.
Little
Waggle, waggle,
waggle.
wiggle,
Wiggle, wiggle,
Razzmatazz.
So you do Dead Dove Tuesday, then Waggle Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's Thursday?
Dead dove.
Yeah. That's all right. They're sacrifices.
It was their
I say a
time.
prayer.
It was their time. They're all going to a nice farm upstate.
Oh, I'm getting overwhelmed.
Well, it's more of a vacation
Yeah.
Dove Tuesday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like they're going to the big
yeah.
dove circus in the sky.
Yes.
Sleepy Dove
mean, it's
Tuesday.
just-
Sleepy Dove Tuesday.
All
They just
doves
get
go to
together.
heaven.
Has your family done pheasant hunting? I mean, you're English.
Oh, no, I always stayed home for that.
Oh, okay.
You know who's on the hunt?
Who?
Finn Balor.
Oh, nice
Wow.
segue.
Oh,
He's on the hunt to
And
get
that's
his...
something you can bet on.
Yeah.
Actually,
sorry.
we don't have that this week.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We usually,
Might be in
these
trouble.
past few weeks,
Someone's
we've
gonna
had a
crawl in
read
here
for
again.
golf. Yeah.
Double check, please.
Door busts open. Hey!
Like, you don't have to hide yourself this time. Don't even hide under the cameras.
Speed's
Just-
called.
We see from Portland over the weekend, Finn and Joe get into quite the scrap, and unfortunately, some members of the NXT universe get involved.
No, not the NXT universe.
Yeah, in the crowd.
Oh.
No.
Did
They were peeling out into
Oh,
the
I
crowd,
see.
and it was a hazard for anybody who had bought a ticket to see them compete. So as a result, our fearless leader, Mr. William Regal, has made a cage match for Takeover for the NXT Championship and NXT first. What do we think about this cage match, gentlemen?
if I may,
Sir.
I like the fact that a cage match is meant to contain the grapplers in the ring so that they can't get outside and harm the fans. So I think that the exposition of what happened over the weekend was important to the cage match and why it makes sense to have it. Because those two cannot be contained by four corners.
Right. So you
And
gotta
three
make sure they
ropes.
don't go anywhere. I've never been in a cage match myself.
Really?
No, never have.
Me
I mean,
neither.
cages are hard to come by.
You climbed a lot of cyclone fences.
Well, sure. But it's not the same. That's a one-sided, maybe two-sided thing if you're climbing up one side and down
Now,
another.
why were you climbing fences?
Well, you gotta, from the train yard to the outside. Because you gotta, well,
You
they,
don't want to walk all the way around to the gate.
they don't let you in the gate. Why
It's a
would I,
competition.
of course, I'm not an idiot. Why would I just not use the gate? Of course I would use the gate. The point is, the Bulls don't let you into the yard.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Makes sense. Needless
No,
to say,
idiot.
the NXT universe is beyond excited that none of them are in any danger, and that we're going to be getting a cage match at
Yeah,
TakeOver.
I think it's warranted, and I like that NXT is very slowly introducing all of these stipulations. You know, they had the first ever ladder match, then they had the first ever cage
How are
match.
they gonna make
Iron Man.
the cage fit into Full Sail, though?
Well, it's probably going to be one of those. It's probably going to be one of those like where they remember the old pay-per-views when they'd have the intermission and then assemble the cage.
Oh yeah, but so what are we gonna get for intermission?
a bunch of those rad videos.
They're gonna do like a string of music videos.
Some sick music.
They're like,
videos.
and now a Hailstorm concert, or maybe they'll get Limp Bizkit to come down. They could
Yeah.
like almost fill Full Sail.
They
at this
played a
point.
gas station recently, so I hear there's
Fred
some
Durst
touring.
took time out of his Twitch streaming schedule to reunite with the band. That's
yeah,
nice of him.
and played like a chevron.
Maybe they can even get Tony Kimmel to come down and be like, WWE's favorite band, Limp Bizkit.
Yes. Oh, Tony.
That was a callback. Wow. In the back, we've got the last straw with the black. The black
Last straw with the
Excuse
black
me.
and not
Sorry.
brown egg.
The problem is the FDA recalled Blurfexa, so I'm not on it right now.
He's detoxing.
I'm detoxing.
I thought you were giving us the
I hope
Mad
you get well
Magazine
soon.
version of
Appreciate
this.
No, this is the last straw for
Black
Alexa.
and murky.
Black.
That might as well what they
Yeah,
should be called
Mad
Alexa's eyes.
Magazine. Oh.
Yeah, it was the last straw. They are an embarrassment. It's now all about her. And it will be easier to win the women's championship without 470 pounds of dead weight.
She's totally right. I agree with Alexa. It is all about Alexa.
Oh,
I
can we
think-
make a Blurfexa recalled shirt,
Maybe.
please?
Sure.
Okay, that is,
Blurfexa recall.
that is quite the sick burn on Alexa's part.
That was good.
I've
Yeah.
heard that
I'm-
slang recently too.
And if you don't mind me saying, I think she was absolutely hugging it in this promo.
Yeah,
I
she
think
was.
she hugged it too.
Yes.
Alexa, you really hugged it in that promo. Good job. A nice use of slang.
She's been hugging it in all her matches recently. She hasn't lost in a while. I think she's hugging it all the way to the championship here.
So I think after we get to our main event, we'll talk about the state of the women's division in NXT. But let's keep going. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus second generation superstar Rob Risen and Danny Burch. This was an interesting tag match
So good.
for one. It's like
Yeah.
I'll
interesting
be honest.
liberally.
I expected more out of the Son of Terror.
Yeah.
Honestly, you would think that he would.
Well, ever
get
since
some.
ever since he changed his first name and stopped, owning up to it as Terrorizing Junior.
Yeah, TJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, TRJ.
Yeah.
Turge.
Turge. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to live up to a name like the Ryzen name, you know? He's Rob, son of
Yeah.
Terra. It's hard.
And I suppose it casts a major shadow over his career.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight out of that.
Yeah.
Try to get a unique look with
and
the
he
mohawk.
wasn't even billed from the land of the rising sun.
No.
Yeah.
Although we
Missed
didn't
opportunity.
we didn't really get a lot of single paint dad in the match.
No, we didn't. There was a lot of Rob Risen getting his clock cleaned, as it were. The thing that I liked about it was Johnny Gargano was out wrestling him, whereas Ciampa was out powering Birch.
Yeah.
And they both worked their styles really well as a team, and their strike-based finish was pretty devastating.
I mean, Birch and Reza they could not scramble fast enough to keep up with how effective and efficient Gargano and
Ciampa?
and yeah, they were
okay.
doing. Sorry.
He's getting off of Blue Effects too.
I am. It's tough.
As always, the team with the better haircuts won.
Well,
Always happens.
Word up.
Yeah. Yeah. This
yeah. So he's got the jump
Shiny
going
smooth,
on right
yeah,
here. Yeah.
Yes, the shiny smooth.
It's beautiful.
This is the way I like it.
You need a
Are you
beard.
sponsored by Head Slick? Because you should be.
No, I suppose I should obtain a sponsor. They should.
Their
How about the
headblade.
Headblade?
Headblade, yeah.
Head blade.
You actually have Headblade colors.
Yeah, you do.
The yellow and black.
You're halfway there.
And now that Claudio Castagnoli has been lost at sea and doesn't have that Headblade sponsorship anymore, I think they need another wrestler.
It's unfortunate.
Well, if you're from Headblade and you're listening, greetings. I'm Jervis Cottonbelly, and I'm quite bold, if you see here. Look there.
Yep.
See that?
Smooth.
Shiny as a button, just like a bowling ball.
You gotta maintain that with the Headblade. Not sponsored, but they could.
We wouldn't stop you.
If they played
Yeah.
their cards right. The Regal in the back, he also offers congratulations to Enzo and Cass, as well as the Vaudevillains on their debuts on the main roster. And he announces, to further the pedigree of the NXT Tag Team Division, American Alpha versus the Revival as a rematch at TakeOver for the tag team titles.
Big deal. Big deal.
Who do you see coming out with the win on this one?
I don't
As
know.
tag team champions yourselves, this is a big match.
I mean, you can have all the flash and flair you like, but at the end of the day, the smarter team is going to win, and I question the intelligence of American Alpha. They're young and they're brash, but are they smart enough to compete on the level of the Revival? That's my question.
Well, they were smart enough to compete on the level of them once.
Right. And they actually did it once, but the mark of a champion is not being good on one day. It's being the best on every day.
And I can understand that. As a young team, we fell into their story really, really heavily, hook, line, and sinker, and seeing the excitement that they have as the champions now, taking advantage of the audience being super excited about them and essentially caving to the whim of the audience, that could go to their heads a little bit too much, and the Revival could take advantage of that.
It's true. Especially now that the Revival is refocused and they're redetermined.
Yeah, they seem to be really as brutal as they've ever been, taking out the competition that's in front of them and not directly in front of them, sort of indirectly.
What do you think, Jervis?
Well, I'm quite frightened by the Revival,
Yeah.
but I think American Alpha shows a lot of enthusiasm, and the Revival always just seems angry to be there. So I think I'm looking forward to the match, but I'm going to be rooting for American Alpha.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, I like that flashy stuff. Great wrestlers. I wish I was as good a wrestler as those two guys. Half as good as them, I'd be happy. But the
You're half as
Revival.
good as that.
Yeah. Am I?
Half as good as both of them. Ain't that bad.
Half as good as both is as good as one.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about you?
Math.
And I'm about a quarter as good as one of them, so together you and I make up about 75% of one of them.
One of America. All right.
Razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz, my man. Sorry.
That was more of a mathmataz high
Yeah.
five. It was some solid
Feel
addition
how
there.
soft your
Raz
hands are.
math tag.
I use lotion and moisturize.
Yeah, I use like gravel.
How do you think I don't have any wrinkles?
You aren't very. I figured it was, Hollywood, Los Angeles. You came here, got a little work done.
Botox.
No, it seems like an age-old secret.
Yes, I'm as smooth as a baby's bottom
Hey.
because I.
None of that language.
It's a baby. It's a baby. We're not talking about a stripper.
What?
Dang it.
Oh,
Gotta watch your tongue there, Hobo.
Yeah, not a stripper named Baby.
Wait, you go to a strip club called the Baby Bottom?
no,
That
I'm
sounds
out
very
here.
untoward.
I'm leaving.
No,
Jervis,
we're
we'll
all right.
We'll
We're
stop.
okay.
Let's get
It's
to our
by the
main,
airport.
let's get to our main event before we lose our wonderful guest. Bailey versus Nia Jax. an awesome contest. A very well fought match.
Hard hitting, brutal.
Oh wait.
Once Nia threw Bailey onto her face, things kind of stopped going in her direction. Yeah.
She's tenacious though, that Bailey, like a little pit bull. Gets those jaws locked and won't let go. Yeah, that's right.
Roar.
You could take on Nia Jax.
No, I couldn't. Who do you think? What do you think of me? Well, obviously
I said
not.
you could take her on. I didn't say you could win.
I could take her on a date and buy her nice flowers.
That's right.
Hold the door for her and lay down my coat at the threshold. But
That actually sounds great.
Sounds like a great time. What are you doing there?
Mud puddle at her
well,
threshold.
I say I'm free tonight. Who wants
More
to
on
go,
that as it develops.
Who wants to go on a date?
When we get to news and gossip, we'll talk more about
Post
that.
in the comments if
Maybe
you want to
leave
go
it
on a date
hold
with
hands.
Jervis
That's our new contest. What a
Yeah.
date with Jervis Cottonbelly.
Go to
That's
third
actually
base
not
with Jervis
horrible.
Cottonbelly and hold his hand.
Well, no, because you'd be at a Dodger game or an Angels game.
Yeah, that's what I meant. On the third base line.
No, it's Jervis Cottonbelly third base, so it'd be a light kiss on the cheek with permission.
Ooh, even that's a little
Probably
far.
after the third or fourth date.
Yeah.
Far. I think it's
Third
interlocking
base.
finger hand holding.
No, that's getting deep into
I
it.
don't know what you're talking about.
To be honest, probably neither do any of our listeners. So, let's keep going with what were some of your favorite parts of this match?
Just sort of the overall feel of it, and by the end of it, Bailey was so invested, but it physically just drained her. It wore her down to next to nothing, and by the end of it, nothing was working on Nia Jax, and Nia was just standing over her, completely towering her, and it was just hard to watch, because Bailey, you think of her, she's the champ. No matter who has the belt, Asuka's obviously got the title, but Bailey's the champ. It's hard to see the champ in that predicament. It was hard to watch it tonight.
It was a great story. It was a great continuation of their first match because the first match, if you remember, Bailey just won by the skin of her teeth by managing to sink in that guillotine choke, which we'd never really seen from Bailey before. And this time, you saw that not only is Bailey. Does Bailey know what happened last time and know that she barely survived, so she's more determined, but now Nia's smarter and she knows exactly what to watch out for, so she was able to escape that choke this time.
And she attacked that arm early to make sure that she couldn't get as tight of a grasp on it.
Exactly.
Her determination to make sure that Bailey couldn't do anything, didn't have the strength, and despite all of that, Bailey coming through and doing her shoulder charges, doing all of her stuff that gets the crowd amped up and gets her amped up in response, made it a little bit more disappointing when Nia just totally outpowered her, gave a leg drop to the back to her knee for no reason other than to make sure that she couldn't stand up, and then back of her head for the win. Nia Jax gets the win.
Yas!
I was trying to. Yes. Nia gets the win over Bailey. So now we have a really determined Carmella, a very destructive Nia Jax, a refocused Alexa Bliss. The women's division is shaping up to go to a second renaissance, if you will. Who is everybody looking forward to?
Alexa Bliss.
Yes. We've been staunch supporters of Alexa Bliss. We are. AfterBuzz is actually the California consulate of the nation of Alexa Bliss. Now that she has seceded from Banff.
It's Blissfornia.
Yeah, California. I'm down. Or Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Yes, that's better. I like that.
Yeah.
One. Nice and smooth.
Yes. Like a nice drink of whatever's in my cup.
What are you drinking over there?
None of your business.
Share.
Bourbon.
It's actually
Virgin
tea.
mint julep.
It's actually tea. It's
I
actually
Long
really
Island
it's
iced
just
tea.
tea.
What type of tea are you drinking?
I forgot what it's African tea, the name that I cannot recall.
It's not Tetley or anything.
No, it's not. It's not the good stuff.
So we were talking about Nia. In your mother country, when you would go to Buckingham Palace, would you ever see Queen Elizabeth and go, "Yas, Queen"?
Oh, yes, all the time. But she didn't like when I said that.
That's how it started.
Oh.
Yes. You know, one time when I was a lad, I called her, I said, Hey, Big Q, it's me, Little Jervy. She gave me quite the waggle and then quite a smack on the hand.
She smacked your
And
hand.
I called her Big Q, so that was very disrespectful.
I
You
would
never
say
heard.
that would
If you
deserve a
called
slap.
her, if you called her Q, I think you'd be all right. It was the big.
It was the big part.
You never call a queen big, you know.
Well, compared to how small little Jervy was,
Well, I was quite the little lad.
he was still in
so-
short pants.
Oh yes, I was. Short pants
And little dicky.
little knickers and dickies and such.
But that was Elizabeth the First, wasn't it?
Oh yes, it was.
Yeah, that was Elizabeth the Second.
She would have shot me if I said that to her.
Oh yeah, she doesn't play around. She would have sent the hounds after you.
All those little
Yeah.
corgis.
Yes.
The fighting
You
spirit
would
of
have
a corgi.
died from adorableness.
I would have died rolling in a vat of puppies and love and snuggles.
If you
What
were a
the best
dog,
way to go?
would you be a corgi?
Where are the British depositories of puppies?
Oh, well, that's
Where
a
the-
good question.
There's big vats just all over the place.
Okay, that's good.
Isn't
There's one in Buckinghamshire and there's one in Puppyton.
Oh, Puppyton.
Yes, I love
Beautiful this time of year.
Puppyton Abbey is one of my favorite places to visit.
That's nice.
Beautiful this time of year.
Nice. I've never been.
So Alexa has always been one of our favorites here. Beyond hopeful that she can get the win, get a title run, if not an awesome feud. I think her and Asuka can have a hell of a competition.
Alright,
But
sorry.
who else? Who are we all looking forward to in this next generation of women in NXT?
It's hard. We're in this kind of transitional period. We're waiting for people to kind of come into their own, and you're seeing it more. Peyton Royce being one of them. We saw her tonight, and there's a lot, but it's taking a little while because right now we got like 4 main women, and that's about it.
I'm just excited to see Alexa doing a bunch of stuff on her own and getting back into the title mix. But I'm also really excited to see more of Aaliyah.
Yeah.
But there's just so
She
many
did
women
well.
that we don't really know a lot about, and so many waiting to come up, like Athena and so
They
on.
just have to
and
establish.
Nikki Storm, and there's just so many women who are waiting.
Daria
to-
Baronato.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Jersey Devil.
A AfterBuzz alumnus. Really excited to see her make the splash that she deserves to make.
Could be punching people in the face.
Kicking them, face, teeth. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even mention that we saw a punt tonight from.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
From Punt and Royce. Yes.
Yes, I was surprised that Peyton Royce dipped into Randy Orton's bag of tricks. And that seemed like a bit of a...
I don't know if it's Randy Orton's. A kick to the face it's not exactly a pioneering move. It's just...
Oh, but the way she did it looked just like the way he used to do it.
And the way that she sort of slithers into the ring, it evokes a similar image. And
She's
who-
green like a snake.
Who better to take from than one of the greatest champions that WWE has had in recent years?
Yeah.
True. It's on
Maybe she
TV
could call
right
herself
now.
like the Apex Redditor or something.
I think there are a lot of people around the world that call themselves the Apex
I'm
Redditor.
sure they do.
Oh, yeah.
I like Reddit.
Yeah, no, he's real active on Reddit. Like,
Really?
he's like one of the
Squirt
number
circle?
one guys.
Yes, of course. That's one of my favorite places to visit.
He keeps trying to get me to do stuff
Also,
on there.
he
I'm like,
really
"Yeah."
enjoys reddit.com/r/manners.
Yes, yes, that's a daily stop for me. It's always good to brush up on manners.
Figured you'd be an admin there at this point.
Oh, well, I hope so. I've been pining for it for quite some time, so hopefully they'll hear this. If you're listening, admins of r/manners, go ahead and add old Cottonbelly, and I'll make sure that place stays in tip-top shape.
I mean, he's been
Little quid
pining.
pro quo situation going on over here.
We've been doing a lot of pushes for different people to watch the show and take
Yeah.
advantage. Yeah, no, that's if we're anything, we're a platform. That's us here at NXT on AfterBuzz. Any other thoughts about the women's division in NXT?
Future is bright.
The future's way bright. It's definitely gonna be Jax versus Oscar. That's gonna be real hot. That's a hot ticket right there. I'm looking forward to that one most of all.
I say, judging by the way that Oscar has been grappling lately, I don't know if anyone's going to be able to derail her. She
be
looks
real
like $1
tall
million
order.
bucks.
But she's never wrestled anybody as big as Nia Jax. Nobody is as big as Nia Jax over there. It's a different kind of opponent. If she goes through that flying arm takedown, Nia Jax might just not go. If she's got the weight on her side, just kind of lean back and have her just pop off. And then
Oscar will bounce right off her.
The hip attack's only going to hit her in the thigh.
right, just got boom, and just
Bounce right off.
dangerous.
We're really excited to see what I mean, it is a
You gotta
second
start
main
building
event.
this card, man.
Yeah.
Gotta start building
We've
this
got
card.
2 matches so far.
Gotta start
announced
building
on
this card.
television.
It's coming up soon.
Hopefully by next week we'll see what the women's division will have to offer. I think if I remember correctly, they made 3 or 4 matches at this point. Maybe, who knows? We'll find out next week. That was a wonderful show. A lot of backstage segments. And can always appreciate Kathy Kelly being a dork. Yeah. So we'll go from there into news and gossip. Why not?
AfterBuzz TV News.
An explosive round of AfterBuzz news. So unfortunately, we're going to start out with some bad news and then go into some good news. This morning, we found out that friend of the show, Alex Reyes, was released from NXT as an announcer. If there wasn't so much electricity, we would pour one out.
Yeah.
Cheers to you, Alex.
He's not letting it get him down though. He came from the Harlem Globetrotters. He used to do announcing for them. So I figure he's got something up his sleeve, maybe going back to that organization.
Because he's a Globetrotter.
Yeah.
He's got something up his sleeve.
Yeah. He's a talented guy. He's got a lot of experience. He's got a lot of connections.
He's better than a 3. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
Even though he earned that 3.
He did.
It was a hard 3.
Hard 3.
So make sure you go to. He's still at Alex
aggressive
Reyes.
3.
He's still at Alex Reyes WWE. Send him your well wishes. Let him know that the NXT team is behind him. If he makes it out to California, we'll have him on the show.
Yeah, lines of communication are open.
Yeah.
That's more than that.
Yeah,
no need to be said.
He knows how to find us.
We're gonna
Oh yeah.
And if he's in chat right now, hi. We don't have chat capabilities, so
Feel free
We had
to
to pull the
keep
curtain
doing
back,
it.
man. We had to part the kimono.
I got part the kimono.
Pardon me. What?
Alex is
No, never mind.
Alex is known to wear fancy kimonos. Also, we got a couple of injury reports, as reported from. I think Raw talked about it too. Emma suffered a ruptured disc.
I don't even know how you do that actually. So.
Well, the good news is she had successful surgery this morning. So now she's back on the road to recovery. We hope she gets back onto the main roster soon. She was just starting to really get going.
I'll bet it was that Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke just stuck a knife right in her back.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
They were
hope not.
friends.
Whoa, friends. They're only friends as soon as they can, find a little bit of angle, get an edge on the other one. That's it.
Jervis is sitting right there.
Why would you say that?
Them, not
Is
us,
that
them.
what we are going to become?
No, I promise.
No, I could never.
No, it's all right. Compose yourself. Compose
My
yourself.
heart.
It's a dreadful idea. And I
hopefully-
can't believe you brought it up.
I'm just saying, those two are all about getting in power in places and positions of power, and Dana Brooke is one of those. You watch her, she's as conniving as any of them.
Time will tell. You can hear more about those on our main roster shows, the SmackDown After Show and Raw After Show. If anything major happens, we'll talk about it here because Dana Brooke is near and dear to our heart as an NXT alumnus.
She certainly is.
Another injury. Wesley Blake is out with an MCL injury that he suffered. Yeah, we didn't talk about it last week.
When the heck did that happen?
April 28th.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah, so right now Murphy is going around by his onesie now. Like now he doesn't have anybody. He doesn't have Alexa, doesn't have Blake, so he's going out solo.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Even sleeping in a Murphy bed.
Yep.
Just
Just tuck it into a wall.
Yeah, just seal him up in there. He'll be fine.
Yeah. Like a pharaoh.
Cask of Amontillado action.
Yes.
You're just nailing it with the polls today.
Sorry.
No, don't be. That was fantastic. Lana, the Ravishing Russian, debuted for NXT. She performed at a live event. She tagged with Mandy Rose to take on Carmella and Daria Baronato.
That's a solid team.
Yeah.
There's a couple of blondes. A couple of bombshells. Yeah.
Thank you for that report.
Hey, you're welcome.
This just in, they're both blonde.
They are.
Back to you, Mark.
More as that develops.
I know somebody who talked to one of them once.
Is it me?
Yeah. Was it you?
It was.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
he
you.
did a Mandy Rose interview. Also announced
Good for you.
with
Thanks, buddy.
the dates of the recordings of the Cruiserweight Classic. Tickets are going to be on sale next week, I believe, and the tickets will be for June 23rd, July 14th, August 26th, and September 14th. So,
I should
July-
be on one of them in
Yeah.
the middle there.
Yeah, you should be.
It's
I
right
think
in the middle.
Hobo for
I'll be in
Cruiserweight
there.
Classic.
hopefully not under what.
I'm going to the Cruiserweight Classic, did I tell
Oh,
you?
good luck.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the surprise entrants.
That's right.
Huzzah! Ah,
And July 14th is 2 days after my birthday, in case you want to give me a ticket to the Cruiserweight Classic.
and where does that take place?
airfare.
It's going to be a full
Full
sale.
sale.
They're going to shoot at the same place where they do NXT. So if you're in that area, buy your tickets now. Well, soon, not now, because they're not available. And that'll do it for
Good job.
Thank you. That'll do it for news and gossip for now. But we're gonna go from there. We've been this is your weekly Bill doing Apollo Cruz's intro. We're gonna be giving away this NXT Greatest Matches Volume 1 DVD today. So we've been running this contest. Hello, we've been running this contest.
They love it when I yell.
They do.
They do. Yes.
You get so many reviews. More hobo yelling.
It's exactly
5 stars.
exactly what they say in my dreams. So, the contest was to be nice to Tom Phillips because he gets a short end of the stick at times. So it's all about positivity and our
like
winner.
that.
Yeah, that we. Corey Graves sort of was berating him on commentary. So
Corey
we're like,
Graves
you know
is the
what?
stick.
Corey.
Yeah.
He would say, "Shut up, Tom." And we're not a fan of that, so we were a fan of "Speak Up, Tom." So thank you to all the fans who showed Tom how that you care.
We had some good stuff.
We did.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to pick, but we decided to choose Johan Pena on Twitter at wheels_stud. You're gonna be receiving this DVD. So we're gonna find you on Twitter. We know you watch the show because you tag us in them every time you do. So
Let us know if you want us to sign it or sign it
Yeah.
as someone, or if you want Jervy to sign.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. But congratulations. Thank you to everybody who entered. We're going to have another contest soon because we just like talking to you and giving you stuff.
Yeah.
'Cause we have nothing
What
but
we
money
do.
to give away, especially you being a champion now.
Make it rain.
Right.
You've got all that extra money.
Get the gold.
Splish splash.
Taking it back.
Here comes the money.
So,
Money, money, money.
$1 bill, yo.
before we go,
Can you do the Shane O'Mac dance real quick?
Oh, yes, indeed. Ooh, look here. Wood shop and scallywag. Here I go.
it's a classic scallywag. While we
Wood
have
shop and scallywag.
yes, while we have Friendship
Scallywag.
Express here, we have tag team champions here.
Yep.
Sorry, I just like to
What
do
is that, a joke? Is this a joke to you, my clown? Am I gonna make you laugh?
No. So I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to talk about how you became a tag team and where your future lies, and how you're going to make it to the Dusty Classic.
Well,
We'll take
may
our
I?
answer off air.
Well, what happened was that last year I joined Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, and ever since I joined, I was getting bullied left and right by Vermin, or by Othello, or by
Primos?
those Primos,
Yeah.
Rivera, whomever wanted to was bullying me and pushing me around and taking advantage of my nice, sweet demeanor. And then I went down and, I went underneath the overpass, down by the tracks. And I found old Hobo here and his band of merry hobos, and together we worked on a strategy to become a team. And that team was based on one important concept: friendship.
See, I've been at Championship Wrestling probably for like 5 years. And I started at the very bottom, and I was subject to that same sort of attitude from everybody. It's awful. But I've been lucky enough to sort of grow and change and adapt to really difficult environments. And I want to show Jervis how to do that. But I don't want to necessarily take away his sweetness. Like I've said before, I love the fact that you're the gentleman. You love the world, and love is great. But for those who bring hardship and pain and anguish and sorrow, you have to be able to put up a resistant force against that. You gotta be able to fight a little fire with a little bit of fire. To preserve the good, you gotta get some bad. So you gotta get tough.
You gotta
That's
get
what's-
mean.
Exactly.
Grr, roar and hiss and snarl and snarl and grr.
So when I came back from Australia and all the other states that I've been to, this is what I wanted to do. This is the person I wanted to team with. This is the goal I wanted to attain. And by God, we got it.
Yes, we did. We worked very hard in training, and we also scouted out our teams very thoroughly. And with that, we were able to defeat Cold World at the Coastline Clash, and we became the United Tag Team Champions.
It was kind of like Bailey versus Nia Jax, only there's 2 Nia Jax and we're a couple of Baileys, and it was really tough, man. Their size, they're so freaking
Coco
big.
World's
and
a big
strong.
tag team.
Oh, yes, combined, they probably got about 15 or 16 feet in
So
height.
what was the weakness that you discovered through scouting them? Just that they weren't friends enough?
They're too serious.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw as the weakness. They were getting a bit too angry, and they were trying to cheat and grab you from the, they wanted to grab the active grappler from the apron. And they were trying to commit tag team frauds and felonies. And Mr. Hobo here pointed that flaw out to me, and the two of us decided to expose it.
Yeah.
So by the end of the match, they were kicking each other in the head by accident, and Mr. Hobo here was securing the victory.
It was just a matter of playing into their own idea of themselves, and they took themselves so very seriously. And I said, what if we go out there and we don't buy into what they are laying down? They want to play intimidation tactics. We're going to go out there. We're going to go to the beach. We're going to hang out. Then we're going to come into our match completely relaxed and throw them off. Like, they won't know what's coming at them. They think, oh, there's another team. We've got them intimidated. No, you don't. This is just a day at the beach for us.
Well, yeah, it was the fun of summer and the friendship that occurs on the beach versus the cold, icy stare of winter.
Absolutely.
It was the perfect clash of well, I mean, it was a coastline clash.
Yes.
And he took that way to heart. Where do you see your team moving in the future?
Well, I can say this. Hobo and I have, we've often lamented about the state of the world, and sometimes it's hard to find sweetness. And one thing that we've both kind of settled on is the fact that friendship will save us all. So what we plan to do is travel as far and as wide as possible to spread our message of friendship and positivity. So if that means that we grapple for old wrestling, or if we grapple for someone, let's say, Chikara, or perhaps maybe even NXT at the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Absolutely.
I think wherever we can get the largest, widest, grandest platform to spread our message of friendship and kindness, I think that's where you'll find the Friendship Express.
Have you considered getting like a Lex Luger style Friendship Express to tour
We actually ride the rails.
Right.
So
Right,
we've painted our boxcar,
Yeah.
and we've put smiley faces and bunnies and rabbits and love and all sorts of things on there.
And some magic mushrooms. Just so you know
Magic
that.
mushrooms?
I mean, aren't they? They're colorful and magical.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, and magic mushrooms.
Like
So-
a Lisa Frank image.
Yes.
Oh.
Evocative.
I mean, yeah, if you take some magic mushrooms and look at Lisa Frank, that's evocative. Oh, wow.
So I say, then the Friendship Express and the Magic Mushroom Brigade are going to be riding the rails up and down the continental United States.
And even beyond, let's take it international. These are these are world championships. We've got United Wrestling Network World Tag Team Champions. Let's take on the world. Let's go to Canada. Let's go to the UK. Let's go to Australia, New
Can't take a train to
Zealand.
the UK over.
Listen, you.
I mean, with
You are like-
positivity, sure.
Well, maybe we
you
can
take
take
a
a
metaphorical
steamship.
train.
Steamship.
We could take a steamship
Well,
and be stowaways.
If you have enough of those magic mushrooms, you can just fly.
You can fly anywhere.
What
Yeah.
type of mushrooms are these? I need to see.
I
They're
believe they're a
magic.
varietal of shiitake.
You can really only figure it out once you start to taste them.
Yeah.
So
Can we get some at Hogwarts just up the way?
Probably.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, my friend Harry Potter lives there.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go visit him.
So I guess with that being said, for any tag teams that would like to challenge the United Tag Team Champions, the Friendship Express, we'd be happy to talk terms and to shake hands and maybe even give you a hug beforehand. Just let us know.
Where
Absolutely.
should they RSVP if they were interested in taking you up on the challenge?
Well, I say perhaps at the Red Carpet Rumble on, what is that now, July 7th?
Sure, I think.
Well,
I'm terrible with calendars. I
Well,
don't have one.
the Championship Wrestling from Hollywood Red Carpet Rumble, I
Yes.
suppose we'll have to lay down the gauntlet and see who wants to come tussle with the champs.
Absolutely. I don't think it'll
so.
just be one team either. It's probably going to be more than one team.
We'll take on all comers.
So until the
right.
Red Carpet Rumble, where can the folks find you on Twitter to keep up with you so they can get your message of positivity
Yeah.
every day?
Oh, you can find me at Gentleman Jervis, and every day I'll be posting nice bunnies and loving things and sweet gifts. So please stop by.
And what's your t-shirt store?
Oh, that's prowrestlingtees.com/Jervis Cottonbelly.
Yeah, buy a shirt, gentlemen. Sure.
Do you have
yes,
like a
please.
Facebook or YouTube or anything?
Well, you can find me on hitbox.tv/Jervis Cottonbelly, where I like to stream video games.
Yeah, it's Hitbox.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
right.
the
you do
Twitch
that.
alternative.
Yes, it's,
I like
it's an
it,
alternative
hitbox.
to Switch.
That's
What video games, like Cup and Ball or?
Oh no, I like The Lion King for Sega Genesis, and I also like to play Sonic the Hedgehog and Super Mario Brothers.
We should probably play.
Oh yes, let's get down and around.
That's like the original tag team.
Yes,
right
boogie
there.
woogie, let's do it.
Yeah.
Hobo?
You can find me on Twitter at TrueHobo. ProWrestlingTees.com/hobo is where you can get my shirts through Pro Wrestling Tees. Watch Championship Wrestling from Hollywood on Fight TV this week. We had a tag team match that turned into a bigger tag team match, and you fell off the top rope to the outside like a wild man. You were on fire.
Oh no, I was not. I climbed to the top and I proper fainted.
That's okay. I
I
mean,
want
half
two
the
if I was
effort's
that high.
try.
I don't blame
It's
you,
very
Jervis.
scary.
It works. I was
underestimated.
freaking out after you did it. I was absolutely tearing my hair out with pride and
He was
excitement.
very proud of me.
I was
That was
wow, man.
And you also got a new shirt on NXT.Spreadshirt.com.
That's right. The most rockin' hobo in the world's got an AC/DC inspired shirt. Oh, lightning bolt. Oh, yes.
Rock and roll and
That's how it's
such.
pronounced.
Bill.
Yeah, boogie
You can find me on Twitter at Sundown Motel. Check out my writing at cagesightseats.com, spnation.com/wrestling. Please check out my weekly wrestling podcast, Rudo Radio. I only have one more week left on Rudo Radio, and then I'm leaving. It's going to be in good hands, though. It's going to continue, so
Yeah.
subscribe to Rudo Radio now, and it's going to keep going. Check out my movies on Netflix. Check me out on IMDb. And Mark,
You've got a heck of a pedigree.
too many things.
I mean, that's not
That's,
necessarily a bad thing.
it's a happy problem. It's a happy
And you can find me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. You can find me doing shows on The Popcorn Talk on Twitter. Jedi Alliance is our Star Wars show. Video Game Movie Anatomy. We talked about Doom this past weekend. It was a lot of fun. And then also we've got new stuff on NXTeam.Spreadshirt.com. Hobo's got a new shirt. I've got a new shirt. I always wanted a Sasha Banks shirt, so I made one. It says the legit Smark. I absolutely love it. It's really stupid how
And
much I
also-
love it. And also Bill's shirts.
Well,
are fantastic.
I was going to say that we have the greatest shirt you've ever seen.
Our next one?
Very soon.
Soon.
Yeah, so maybe next
Soon.
week and maybe the week after, but we do have probably one of the greatest pieces of imagery.
You're really excited.
It's going to be pretty exciting. So until then, you can follow all of us here at AfterBuzz TV. Like us on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube, leave us a comment down below, and we will see you next week.
Bye-bye.
I love you all very much.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Hug you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.